Hello. Um, so, I thought about it because number one, recording every day is like a lot of work. Um, Not a lot of work, so to speak, but um, it can be a lot. I don't know that the plan is not to record every day. That's not the plan. The idea is I started the detox, the Dr. Bobby Price detox, and then I had to suspend it. So the idea, I think, number one is if you're a new beginning vegan, then you kind of see what it's like a little further into your journey. Especially if you're cleanse prone anyway, like if you're trying to get all of the things out of your system from the way you used to eat, right? Or if you just are gonna live like a lifestyle of cleansing and detoxing, just generally speaking. Like even if you only do it once a year, that's still a part of your lifestyle. Still comes around just like Christmas, whatever your plan is. Number two is for people who like variables and different circumstances and situations, and there might be a gypsy out there that's just like me or very similar. So you get to see, like, even when I pick back up my detox, which I believe will be very soon, then you'll get to see what needs to get cleaned out. So from summer, when I did 106 days solid food vacation, then there was an interval in there where I just ate whatever, vegan, but generally speaking, whatever. I would say at this point, as far as clean versus trash, it's probably about 60-40. So the end of June, because it was I started in March, and it was the end of June, and I did 106 days of solid food vacation. I actually started March 1st, and then I had raw days until my brain locked in. And some of you might be of the same temperament where you some people are just naturally very disciplined. I think creatives can be disciplined. I guess I consider myself a creative, so I'm a little less disciplined, I guess. And I'm saying this loosely because there are variables. Like some people will say, well, you did 106 days of the cleanse with no problems, which is true. And that does reflect discipline, but I don't think that I think what I'm saying is, while I am disciplined, I don't feel like I'm naturally disciplined. I have, as I've been over the years, I have these eye of the tiger blurbs in my life where I'm just ready. Like my brain is ready. I'm super stubborn. I'm one of those people that will kind of dig my heels in sometimes, and that's just my general temperament. So I don't know that reflects discipline. I think there are some people that are not disciplined that have moments where they're super focused. They're locked in, and it's good. Like I can literally say my detox was not painful at all. I mean, my cleanse was not painful at all. Even during this period of time where I'm doing the detox and my brain is not locked in, if my circumstances were different, I would still be doing my detox, basically. So I'm basically showing you variables of what it looks like when your brain is not ready, if you're a general or like a similar type of person, and what those variables look like if you do it the wrong way, and what you can do correctively, and what you can kind of get away with and what you can't get away with. Because I feel like my my brain is pretty locked in right now, or I'm getting closer anyway. So I think I just had to get past Veg Fest, and even at Veg Fest, I ate clean for the most part. Yeah, so I think my brain is kind of locked in. I had a desire to try other things, but some of the vendors, the lines were extensive, and I can see why. Like some of those vendors aren't local, so that's your opportunity to get what you need, and I just ate local raw. And one day I ate, my mom is not vegan at all, so she tried some greens and a brisket sandwich, and so whatever she didn't eat, I ate it, except for the greens. The greens were delicious, don't get me wrong, but she had a little bit of the greens. I tried the greens. She made it seem like she was gonna eat them later. She's lying. I throw them away. And I say that because usually I don't waste my money, but I knew that, like, my brain is primarily focused on raw. If given the opportunity, I'm gonna eat raw. With that being said, so I think I was about, I guess 50-50. I don't know what the ratios are on that. I had a matcha earlier. It had a bunch of junk in it, a bunch of sugar. It was a medium. I think at Starbucks it's grande. So medium, grande matcha. I ate some chips and salsa from Chipotle, and then I ate 2 bananas and an orange. So I don't know how you want to break that up. Raw versus, like, salsa is raw, so that goes on the raw side. The chips go on the cooked side. The matcha is hot. It's over 115 or 118 degrees. I don't know what it is. So that's not raw, but it is matcha. I don't know how you want to break that up, but that's what I've had thus far today. And I don't have any plans to eat anything else today. I probably am if it presents. So if there's something that comes up today that I want to eat, I'm probably gonna eat it. Yesterday night I didn't eat anything else yesterday, so outside of the fruit I ate yesterday morning, I didn't eat anything else later. I'm trying to think. So, and these variables matter, number one, and I want to say the interval, so between June and like September 10, so about 2.5 months. I want to say that might have been like a 50-50ish on top of like what I ate during that time period. I'm trying to think of like all the times that I ate something cooked. So it might have been a nice clean 50-50, maybe 60-40, somewhere in there. Because some days I just purpose in raw, and some days I don't do very well at all. Today is one of the days I didn't do very well with the matcha and the chips that went with the salsa. So I'm trying to think. So yeah, that's it on the variables and all the things. So when I start, I think I made a decision that when I start back on detox, just so you can see, like, between the juice or solid food vacation, that's what I'm going to call it, because I had smoothies in there too. Smoothies toward the end. It wasn't the whole time. Like, literally the vast majority, if I had to say, on my solid food vacation from March 10, I think is when I started counting the days, until June 20 some odd, right? So I would say out of all the time, I started the job in May. So, and the smoothie started in May. So that means March and April was all juice. March, April, and the vast majority of May was all juice. So I want to say smoothies started, I started drinking smoothies like that last part of May. So maybe 4 weeks of smoothies, and not smoothies every day, just every now and again. Only because, number one, protein. So, if you didn't watch those videos, the vast majority of those days in May, I was training for a new job. And I don't know if anybody else like snacks and nibbles a lot when they're training for a new job, but I think I might have like a little social anxiety or something, but all the new things I feel like just make me snack and nibble. The new software, the new team, the new people, the new leadership, the new company things, all the things, everything's new. So that's a lot of stimulation during that period, and I just super snacky. So, but at the time I was in this juice cleanse. So in order to give my brain some steam to learn more things, I felt like I needed a little bit more calorie density, and so I started adding in smoothies during that period. So maybe about 4 weeks, not smoothies every day. It got kind of more consistent as the time went on, but there wasn't smoothies every day, and there wasn't but there was juice every day. And then during the part where I was doing, so at the end of that cleanse, I started in on the mucoid plaque protocol, bentonite clay, my brain is apple cider vinegar, psyllium husk, and apple juice. I feel like I'm missing an ingredient, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. Anyway, so I started on a similar juice protocol, and on some of those days, that takes a little bit to get down, and then I would just do juice most of those days. So again, it wasn't smoothies every day, just every now and again when I could. They're not affordable every day. Keep that in mind as well. It's very expensive, only because I wasn't making them at home. I would just pick them up somewhere, Smoothie King, Nectar, somebody would make me one, so that's not affordable. But yeah, so yeah, it sounds disciplined, but really I like being in the wind sometimes. Okay, so I feel like it's important in a respect to see variables and different examples. You're gonna run into people who are super disciplined. They lock in. Their situations and circumstances they're different, so you'll get to see the perspective from where I'm coming from, and a little bit more loosey-goosey on the rules because that's the way I am. I just, if it strikes, then it strikes. The other portion of it is, I think I decided, because I think I have like maybe 2 to 3 more days worth of herbs in the first portion of the detox, and then a full 14 days in the other pack, because the other one is unopened, like it hasn't been touched. So I feel like when I get to start back, I'm going to incorporate the mucoid plaque protocol, but not as heavy. So I think the first one I was doing 2 tablespoons of everything: apple cider vinegar, bentonite clay, psyllium husk, apple juice. I can't remember where else. I feel like I had something else. I can see the bottles in my head, but I feel like that's it. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And I bought this really great quality apple cider vinegar. I bought it on Amazon, and the actual apple cider vinegar is in one of my old videos, so I just had to backtrack. But if I buy it in more recent times, I will go ahead and post it, because I feel like Bragg's is amazing. You can get it at the grocery store. It's fine. There's no problem with it. Oh, activated charcoal. I just sorry. My brain was like, I think we put anyway. Activated charcoal. That's what I forgot. Anyway. Random. So apple cider vinegar, psyllium husk, bentonite clay, activated charcoal. That is a complete list. I was forgetting something. But if I number one, I'm not going to buy the same activated charcoal because I have to open up the capsules to get the activated charcoal out, and I just want loose activated charcoal. And there's a place here locally that's a local owned business. I don't think it's chocolate owned, but they carry the apple cider vinegar that I had the first time. And so I'm going to incorporate that when I start my cleanse back up. Detox, sorry, not cleanse. When I start my detox, there's a difference. In the vegan world, they're very particular about some details. So when I start my detox back up, probably, I don't know, probably toward the end. So when I finish the first pack, and then maybe like a week into the second pack, that way my last week is kind of the double trouble of it all. So I can kind of, so number one, my body can adjust to some of the taste bud issues. And then the other thing that I feel like I'm gonna do is be more strict with the spring water, or so I won't be doing tap water, because I did relatively filtered tap water in the other when I started. So I'm either gonna stick to either alkaline, distilled, or spring water when I start back up. So it's gonna be a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna bring in the rains a little bit. It's gonna make a difference only because some of our water also has parasites. Some of the tap water, I'm sure, especially since the water I was using is at my daughter's house, and so they needed to change the filter, and I was still using it. So I'm gonna be less lazy this time and get actual spring water, and do it as clean as I can. I'm making no promises, but it's gonna be pretty close to what Dr. Price recommends. So it's going to be one of those waters that the idea is there not be any tap. And I thought about that because I don't want the like last time I did apple everything, apple cinnamon psyllium husk, apple cider vinegar, activated charcoal, and then cold pressed apple juice. And so since I'm familiar with these bitters, I don't know that I want the contrast of something as sweet as apple juice against these bitters. Like it's too much. So I'm gonna either do water with the psyllium husk and the activated charcoal and the the mucoid protocol. I'm probably gonna do water instead, so that nothing is like super yummy. Unless I do that at night, like before, like in the evening. So the idea would be I'm trying to formulate this in my head. Give me a second, guys. So I think I might do, the idea might be, because I used to do the mucoid plaque protocol in the mornings, but that was during my my juice cleanse. So and the recommendation I got was from another cleanse video, and they recommended it, but the recommendation came from, like, they're taking a group of, like, say, new vegans or people that are new to cleansing to kind of expedite some of those processes, which is why I'm not going to do it the whole 14 days. Number one, I just did, 10 days on the cleanse, give or take, somewhere in there. 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. I did a few days on the cleanse, on the detox. I did the cleanse earlier this summer, so a lot of waste is out. I don't have a lot of weight to lose. I'm tiny for myself, not for other people. I'm usually somewhere around 200 plus pounds. I haven't been below 140 pounds since I was a child. So this is tiny for me. So I'm dealing with those pieces. So I don't have a lot of weight to lose. I still go potty once or twice a day outside of the detox. So while there is some mess caught in there somewhere, I just don't have as much to cleanse. That doesn't include the cleanse that I did last summer. So last summer I did 43 days on juice, not all organic, by the way, and not all cold press. And I was eliminating waste every day, several times a day. So between last summer, this summer, and then this detox, I should be somewhere close. I should be somewhere in range, is what I presume. I can't see in there, so I don't know. But that's the plan. So, more clean spring water. I have spring water now. I've been drinking spring water. When I went out to do vegan food with a friend the other day, they had water there. It's probably spring water. I didn't drink it. I don't like water anyway, so it's water's nasty. So I'm going to drink some spring. I drank some spring water earlier. I could feel the dehydration. That's too late. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. Kind of like our parents, especially if you're Gen X. Drink the water. Drink the little nasty water. Don't get dehydrated. I had a headache this morning and I was like, okay. And then surprisingly, my chips from Chipotle were not as salty as they normally were, which I was super grateful for. But they did still have salt, but they weren't as salty. So I'm gonna try to get that some relief of some sort. I feel like diluting the salt from that, because I don't want to fall out somewhere. I don't know. I'm not at risk for falling out somewhere, but so that's where we are. It should be spring water the rest of the day. I might run into some fresh fruit later, and if I do, then obviously tomorrow when I record, I'll let you know. But yeah, so I don't plan to upload every day all the time. It's just a little bit much for me. I think the entire journey is important. So I feel like if I stop recording every day because I'm not drinking the tea, drinking the bitters, I feel like you don't get to see what happened in the groove of that. The other thing I wanted to mention, which this is a little bit on the TMI side. So I think because I stopped my cleanse too early, which I didn't complete it, I feel like I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. I feel like I threw off my pH, which that's okay. All I'm gonna do is, number one, I'm not intimate with anybody like that. Number two, my pH being thrown off versus a normal non-vegan pH being thrown off is probably night and day. So it's not what you think exactly, but it's not optimal for me. Like, I don't like it like that. So probably after my girl time, whenever that happens this month, I'm probably gonna throw some yoni pearls in, and kind of aid in that. And I feel like at that point, even during that portion, even if I start the bitters again, my pearls will probably take care of what I'm uncomfortable with, which for a lot of women who are vegan, if you're vegan, then you know, you're like, ooh. We just don't like once it's everybody's definition and what that looks like for everybody else is different. So for vegan women, we're accustomed to a different hygienic response down there. I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, if you are not vegan and you go vegan, you will know. You'll be like, holy cannoli, this is great. So I'll probably throw in some yoni pearls to kind of get that back on track. And it's not terrible, it's just not the way I like it. Like I like a certain environment down there, and I feel like since I've been vegan, I'm a little bit more stringent and a little bit more attentive to the way my body is and what that looks like for me. So, and if you're vegan, you already know. We just don't, we just like things a certain way. So, and that could be also because of it could be a lot of things, because cooked food and all the things. So, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm definitely gonna have yoni pearls after my girl time on my body. Well, not immediately. If you know, then you know you can't put them in immediately after your girl time. So don't do that. You usually have to wait about 3 days to a week to let your body do what girls do, especially after your girl time has cleansed out a little bit. So you gotta wait for about 3 days to a week, depending on who you are. So I'm gonna throw some pearls in. That's probably gonna take care of that issue, that very tiny issue, because I remember what my body was like before I was vegan. So it's minor, but it's not okay. It's minor. You're like, oh, that's not, what are you talking about? I'm like, don't worry, I know the difference. But anyway, so gonna do that. All of these things and all of these variables matter. They do. I think that's it. I don't know that there's anything else going on right now. Yeah, that's it. I thought of some really, really funny things that I'm probably gonna upload so that you get to see my personality and my thought life outside of cleanses and detox. So it's a good time. Oh Lord. So I may or may not, we shall see. Probably will, I don't know. All right, have a good one, guys.